It's 1939, and your grandfather has been transported back to the heart of London when Britain is on the brink of war with Germany. The Nazi leader, Adolf Hitler, has been secretly building up his military forces and is preparing to attack Poland. The whole country is on a state of alert.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
We'll all have to do our bit if war breaks out, says your grandfather. The British government has already started planning for air attacks by Hitler's infamous Luftwaffe. But there's a problem. We just don't have enough RAF pilots to defend the country and do all the other jobs, like moving equipment and medical supplies. Your grandfather has heard a rumour that civilian pilots are being trained up to help, and he's heading for a remote airfield to volunteer. When he arrives, he discovers a number of old planes being worked on by mechanics. Looks like the rumours are true. These are old Tiger Moths, training planes used by the RAF. They're going to train civilian pilots to fly military aircraft, muses your grandfather. Can you help repair one of the planes ready for training? Well done. Let's hope that plane is patched up okay.
You looking for the boss?
Asks one of the mechanics.
Just through there,
he says. When your grandfather enters the room, a hush falls as a radio is tuned in.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you this special announcement by the Prime Minister, Neville Chamberlain.
I am speaking to you from the Cabinet Room at 10 Downing Street. This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government a final note stating that unless we heard from them by 11 o'clock, that they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland, a state of war would exist between us. I have to tell you now that no such undertaking has been received, and that consequently this country is at war with Germany.
It's a somber moment, and this announcement changes everything. Britain is at war with Germany.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. We'll get on it right away, sir.
It's official. This group of volunteers is to start recruiting more pilots immediately, and the organisation will be called the Air Transport Auxiliary. The ATA will be flying equipment and medical supplies all round the country to help the RAF.
I'd like to volunteer.
Jolly good, replies the man in charge.
Here's your first assignment.
But fuel is already in short supply and petrol rationing is about to be introduced. Can you help guide the plane using the least amount of fuel? Well done. Your grandfather made the deliveries in record time thanks to you. Back at the airbase, the new ATA uniforms have arrived. While the new uniforms are put on, your grandfather notices something rather unusual about some of his fellow pilots. One has an eye patch, another just one arm, and yet another has a wooden leg. These men used to fly in the RAF, but had to give up flying careers after they were shot down or injured.
Listen up, chaps.
The Nazis have discovered the location of the Spitfire factory at Castle Bromwich in Birmingham. There's no time to waste. The ATA pilots have been given special permission to move the fighter planes away from the factory. We need to get there fast and avoid any bombing raids. We'll be flying Spitfires, says your grandfather, feeling both excited and nervous at the same time. Don't worry, stay close to me and you'll be all right, says one of the young female pilots. But as soon as they land, the air raid siren starts. Your grandfather is hurried towards one of the planes by a mechanic.
Quick, get it out of here now! But I've never flown a Spitfire before!
shouts your grandfather. The mechanic hands him some cards.
Everything you need to know is on them cards. Good luck!
You must help your grandfather fly the Spitfire. He can't do it without your help.
Phew! You made it. Amazing. That's what you call a crash course in flying, but without actually crashing, obviously. Your grandfather has landed safely at the secret location and is congratulated by the other pilots. Another good job done, but he can't relax for long, as there'll be plenty more assignments to complete in the months ahead. As the war progressed, the men and the women of the ATA became an invaluable help to the RAF, transporting planes all around the country. ATA pilots were expected to be able to fly all sorts of aircraft at very short notice, with minimal training, from single propeller planes to the mighty Lancaster. And that applied to both men and women alike. The ATA was one of the first organisations in the world to agree women and men should be paid the same amount to do the same job. In the words of King George VI, they've all done a very grand and important job, chips in your grandfather. Can you design a recruitment poster to encourage more people to join the ATA and send it to your grandfather as a reminder of this great adventure?